Well, after 15 years of caring for polar bears that would not survive in the wild for various reasons, the polar bear habitat in Cochrane, Ontario is in danger of closing. The town council says it needs more than $700,000 to keep up just with the operating costs and the employee wages. But with the support of residents, the board of directors has some new ideas to keep this beloved research and education facility on its feet. JP Burdett is the board's chairperson. He's joining us in studio to share some of those ideas and introduce the rest of the country to some of the polar bears. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Emery.
First of all, when I think polar bears in Canada, I tend to think of Manitoba. I had no idea there was a polar bear habitat in Cochrane, Ontario, Northern Ontario. What makes it so special?
Well, indeed, the Canadian polar bear habitat's the largest and the only animal care facility anywhere in the world dedicated to polar bears. And I think what makes it special are the 5 bears that make it their home. So, you know, we have Inukshuk, Ganuk, Henry, Eddie, and Taiga that live there. And they live on a 24-acre site with a natural lake in the middle, and they're free to roam and really live as close as they can to the sort of the environment they'd be in the Arctic, they'd be exposed to in the Arctic.
And I forget that when you head that north in Ontario, you are in subarctic weather conditions.
Totally. It gets very cold in Cochrane in the winter, and the bears enjoy that.
Yeah, I imagine that they do. There are, as you mentioned, the 5 polar bears. I want to give people a chance to meet some of them. So to remind you again, Eddie, Ganuk, Henry, Inukshuk, and Taiga?
Correct.
Taiga, tell us about some of the research projects that are also part of this habitat.
So research in the wild is challenging because it's a very short season. So the work that we do at the Canadian Habitat complements some of that research with bears and human care. So to give you an example, we actually worked on a project, or working with a project with WWF, World Wildlife Fund, where we are looking to develop a radio-controlled transmitter that can be fit to the bear's ear. So what people don't know is that the collars that they use are very useful, but the bear's head typically is smaller than the bear's neck, particularly with males. The collar falls off. So the researchers are coming to the facility, working with our animal care staff to see how they can develop this new product. So that's an example of the work that's happening up there.
JP, what happens to projects like that, and also the bears, if this habitat has to close?
Well, that's clearly a concern, and it's our top priority. I mean, the welfare and the well-being of these bears is our top priority. The board has been working very hard to put a business plan together to keep the facility open, because we feel that that's the best solution, is to keep the facility open. And I would say that we're encouraged by some of the conversations we've been having with both the town and staff over the last 2 weeks, and we're confident we can find a path forward.
I want to thank you for coming in today, for introducing us to the polar bears and to the sanctuary that is up in Cochrane, Ontario. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.